Hi. So first of all, I wanted to thank everyone for the great support on my hiking video on the PCT. This is not a beautiful hiking video. I had a lot of questions about camera gear and the video and stuff, but also about the trail itself, so how I really managed to walk from Mexico to Canada. Yeah, one question was, you really walked over 4,000 kilometers? Yes, I did, with my feet and with my backpack. So I started at the Mexican border and walked right through to Canada. It was a great adventure. By far the most asked question was what camera gear you packed, what batteries, etc., and how did you keep everything charged. I took my Sony A7 and as you can see it took its toll like on the trail. My display is broken, it had some other issues, I had a lot of dirt in it, in the sensor, on the lenses and stuff, but it still works pretty good. I really like this camera. It has a great quality, but it's not like that big and not that heavy. So that's like the biggest concern for me and for backpacking itself, especially for through hikes. You don't want to pack heavy stuff. I used two fixed lenses on my hike. First is the 21mm from Voigtlander, that's that one. You can see it's really light, really small. It looks like this. It's a Leica mount, so I have to use this adaptation ring, but it's like super light, super easy to use. It has a lot of quality in it, and I really like this lens. The only downside is that there is a lot of vignetting in there, as you can see in many clips. But I use this lens for all the landscapes and especially like for my selfie shots like this. I just walk and hold it up like that. The other lens I brought is the 50mm 1.5 from Voigtlander. It looks like this. It's a really nice lens to get a shallow depth of field, and you can do like really nice shots with it. So that was my whole camera setup, like one camera, two lenses. I had two batteries with me and a lot of SD cards. I had no power outlets for sometimes 6 to 7 days. I brought this battery pack with me. It's from Anker. It has 13,000 milliampere hours, and it's really nice with the Sony A7. You can just plug it in via USB and you can charge it overnight. Another question was, how did I grade my footage? So how did I make the colors like they are? I recorded with my Sony A7. It doesn't have like a really good color profile, unfortunately, so I just turned down all the contrast and saturation and stuff. And then I edited it in Premiere Pro, and I added a lookup table from Lutify. And after that I did some additional grading, just adjusted exposure and contrast and stuff. And on top of that I added a film convert just to have a little bit more of that grainy film look. Did you have a stabilizer or something like that? No, I didn't bring a stabilizer because that would be like really heavy to bring with me. My camera and also the lenses don't have image stabilization, so I tried to just like have a steady hand. Most of the time it worked out. Some shots are really shaky, and unfortunately I lost a lot of nice footage because it was just too shaky to use in the video. What stuff would you leave at home the next time? What was your favorite piece of gear? If you walk for 2,650 miles or over 4,200 kilometers, you really should be aware of what to bring and to keep the weight down. After some time you realize that you don't need that much stuff, so 2 pairs of underwear is not really necessary, one's enough. I would say my favorite piece of gear on the PCT was my sleeping bag, because it really kept me warm, especially in the Sierras. In the night the temperature dropped below freezing from time to time, and it's really important to have a sleeping bag that keeps you warm at night so you go to sleep and regain some power and energy for the next day. Would love to hear more of how you trained or not for this. Yeah, as I said, I wasn't like really experienced before. I just did some training hikes just to figure out my equipment and my stuff, what do I need, walk a little bit in my shoes, and as you saw in the movie, maybe I should have trained a bit more before the PCT because I had some real problems in the beginning with my feet and my hip and stuff. But all in all, after some days and weeks, I gained my hiker legs. The only way to train for a long hike is to hike for a very long time. And that's not always possible, so I just try to do my best before and figure out my equipment and stuff. Please tell me you said
Hasta la vista, baby.
When you got to Canada. Yes, I did. Is there any details of your gear, mileage, food? How many kilometers did you make per day, maybe at the beginning and at the end? So I started with around 20 miles a day, and this increased like from week to week. I also said in the video that 30-mile days were not a big problem, because when you're out there every day, you just really gain your muscles in your legs. My longest day was like 56 miles. That's about 90 kilometers in just 24 hours. So I really started like at 8 in the morning, and until the next morning I walked 56 miles or 90 kilometers. So your body really adapts to the challenges out there when you hike every day. So it was possible for me to hike 30 or even 40 miles every day at the end of the trail. At the beginning, this wouldn't be possible. Many people ask me, why didn't I do the Appalachian Trail, or is the Appalachian Trail next? I don't think so. I choose the Pacific Crest Trail because it's just more diverse, from the desert to the High Sierras to the Northern Cascades in Washington and Oregon. It was just like more appealing to me to have this diversity on the trail. I really like that about the PCT. How do you go back to civilization after all that? That's a good question. I thought about that a long time on the trail, because you have a lot of time to think about stuff when you're walking 8, 10, 12 hours a day. At the beginning, when I came back to the cities, first in the US and then to Vienna in Austria, it was a strange feeling to be like around that many people in urban areas. But you get used to it as well as I got used to being alone and in the wilderness. Is it safe to make it alone? Not that much because of people, although it's always a possibility, but more on snakes, dehydration and bears. I wouldn't say it's dangerous to be out there, but you have to be aware of the situation. You're sometimes 5, 6, 7 days away from civilization, so it's important to be aware of the water situation, pack enough water. And with animals on the trail like snakes or bears, of course you have to be careful when you walk around the corner and don't step on rattlesnakes and stuff. Just be aware of what you're doing, be aware of your surroundings, and bring your bear canister or put away your food, that they don't come into your tent at night. How much did the trip cost you? I don't really know, but I would say I spent around $800 to $1,000 a month in the US. It always depends. You can go much cheaper. It always depends how much you like showers, how much you like beer in towns, and what you want to eat. When I got to town like once a week, I really wanted to treat myself, just to stay for a night in a motel and get a shower and get some nice drinks and a burger, and then the money really adds up. I would say somewhere between $500 and $1,000 a month is very much possible. Went to your channel page and was so sad that you only have one video so far. Will you make more? Pretty please. Yes, absolutely. I want to do more videos, so just stay tuned, and I want to upload more travel videos, more hiking videos, and there's a lot to come.